So how you feeling about where the defense is at now that the roster's cut down and after training camp and all that?
We gotta get better every day. So where we're at, I think where we're at right now, we need to improve. And today's gonna be an important day before the guys have their days off. So we still got a lot to improve. To me, even the early part of the season is really extension of training camp as you're trying to find your way, see who's playing more fundamentally sound. Again, figure out the things with the roster, all that stuff like that. So I just hope from September 2nd or 3rd, I just hope we're a lot better come January 9th. That's what I'm hoping. So hopefully we're not where we need to be.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
What was that night like after the first practice in New England?
Mm-hmm.
And we talked to Logan and Blake a little bit about it. But, how did you handle that with the group? Did you let the players take the lead? Did you read them the riot act?
I think for me, and again, I've said this to you guys before, I think of myself as a teacher. I think all of our coaches on our staff think of ourselves as teachers. So I think it's important to be consistent. So for me, I'm trying not to get too up, try not to get too down, and just correct the mistakes. So whether it was the first day at New England or the second day at Cleveland, just try to correct the mistakes. Now, can it get animated at times, or can our voices change, in terms of the tone? Absolutely, but that's how it goes sometimes. But really, what we did is just correct the mistakes and said we got to play better the next day, and they, that's what they worked to do. And we did in some cases we didn't, but it was more competitive. That was encouraging.
So as a teacher, are you harder on students who last year kind of had a built-in excuse, or you're harder on students this year that believe that everything is kind of coming together a lot quicker than what last year was?
Just my personality. Again, you guys don't get a chance to really. I'm just hard and miserable all the time. I don't know. That's just who I am. Doom and gloom. They probably would say that. This is probably the most I smile all day doing this stuff. But so I can't differentiate between the two. But yeah, I'm probably hard. You had to ask them. It's usually probably the same.
Well, it seemed from talking to Logan and Blake that they were hard on themselves.
The players, that's the thing. It's a player's game. I talk about all the time. What happens between the white lines, that's them. It's my job to teach them, get them prepared for situations and stuff, and really to put them in the right spot and try not to screw it up. The benefit of having veteran leadership like we have, they're able to self-police in terms of, okay, sometimes the effort. Not saying we won't coach the effort, we'll do that, but they're able to get on each other. I think that's one of the best things that Joe does in terms of building the camaraderie amongst the team, whether it's the functions we do together, the team-to-team stuff. We get more and more comfortable with one another where you can have those uncomfortable conversations. No different than your brother, sister. I can have a conversation. My brother could tell me shut up, and it doesn't come to blows because there's a reason why. We shared a room for 18 years. He's my best friend. We're able to do stuff like that because we have that relationship. It's no different than what Joe's building here with the guys. The relationships, you're able to have those tough conversations. We did not perform well. Let's get this fixed. And that's a benefit of having veterans on your team.
Last year, that number 2 corner position was kind of a revolving door for you guys opposite James. For as long as Adoree is sidelined with his ankle, how do you feel about that position and who you have?
Well, the injury stuff, I don't really talk about it. The thing is, we got a lot of good players in that back end right there, and Adoree's one of them, and Joe will really address any of the injury stuff.
Sorry, but while he's out, everybody else, how do you feel about?
Oh, the beauty of it is, in terms of the people we evaluate, we brought in, I feel good because we have a lot of guys that can cover. We got a lot of guys that can cover. We got a lot of guys that can tackle, and they're improving every day. Jerome does a great job. Jerome, Mike, and Jeremy, they do a great job of teaching the fundamentals with these guys. You see an improvement over the 5 weeks that we've been here. So I have confidence because I know this. Whoever's down in whatever part of the season, the other team doesn't care. So we have to prepare and we have to get those guys ready. So that's just more preparation for the season, in my opinion. So because again, Denver's not going to care if whoever's not playing, they don't care. They're going to play who they play.
So speaking of cornerback, what did Sam Beal show you in training camp? I know he was a guy that wasn't with the team last year, so we kind of had a fresh face for you.
Just an improvement every day. Just trying to get better every day. That's what you're looking for. Now, is he where he needs to be? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Just like I'm not where I need to be, but improvement every day, small steps, that's what you're looking for. And then Now the next thing you got to work on is consistency. Can you be consistent? Again, you don't have to be a world beater, but can you improve every day and be consistent? Now you build trust with the teammates, with the coaches. That's what we're looking for with a lot of our young players. Because remember, he didn't play football last year, so it's no different. And I don't know how much he played his rookie year, but it's like he's just starting all over again. So you got to get better every day, start to perform with some consistency, so you can build that trust amongst your teammates and coaches.
Are you going to play Keon on defense at all, crossing?
I can't predict. I mean, he plays some in the preseason. I mean, I can't. Huh?
I think he only played 2 snaps.
That counts. You said play. You said how much? That counts. That counts. Hey, I mean, hey. So I mean, pretty much most players on defense on the roster, they're gonna play defense. You know what Joe said? If they're at the game, we're gonna play them. I mean, I don't know exactly how many plays or what role. I don't know if he's gonna be active. Who knows? I don't know what to predict the future, but. We're not afraid to play our players. I know that, and I know Joe says that. So, I mean, that might be a specific question for Joe, but if they're at the game, they're ready to play. If they're on defense, they're ready to play. I mean, we got guys on offense playing defense in the preseason. I mean, I've had a regular season game that happened. I had an AFC Championship game where that happened. If you're at the game, ready to play, so.
How do you feel about what you've seen from Lorenzo and O'Shane, two of your edge rushers that kind of need to step up this year, but they're both coming back from pretty serious injuries?
Yeah, Lorenzo, again, I'm not going to get emotional or anything, but I'm very proud of his progress, to be honest with you. Very proud of his progress. I think he looks like a different football player on the field. Now we'll see how
Why
it comes
does it get to you so much? Why?
Because
What's different?
because you see a guy who the stress of potential this, potential that all the time. Having a good season last year, I think, but he had 3 sacks. I mean, not the sacks are the end-all, be-all, but he was doing well, then he gets hurt. And then he works his way through. He's in the building all the time. You see him every day. And then for him to come out on that field, and he looks like a different football player to me than anything I saw in his previous 3 years, I'm just happy for him. I'm happy for him. I mean, again, as a teacher, that's what we do. I get it's a business, but just like a teacher getting somebody to understand math or get calculus the first time or algebra or go back to just basic arithmetic, you're happy for that. I'm very happy for these guys. They're all still young dudes. Very happy for them. X, same thing. He's improving. I would say the last few weeks, really this last week, he started to take some steps in terms of the improvement. I'm just happy for these guys. That's why I do this. I mean, I don't know where else I would get fulfillment like I do with this coaching thing, to be able to watch these young men, fulfill a childhood dream. And it just, again, I mean, I might be being a little dramatic right now, but that's how I am.
You don't sound like doom and gloom, though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm happy for them. I didn't say for myself. So yeah.
Why is Julian Love, what about his game allows him to essentially play every position in the secondary?
Well, the thing is, he's smart, he's tough, and he can tackle, and then he has a skill set of a defensive back. So and again, he could cover, he could play the deep part of the field, he could backpedal, he could come downhill. I mean, so with all those skills right there, and he can handle it mentally, I mean, it's a coach's dream. It's a coach's dream because now you got a piece that you could move around in terms of on the chessboard. So he helps us there, and he doesn't, and he's very selfless. You tell him before one game, oh, you're playing corner. He doesn't complain. He's like, okay. I haven't heard him complain about anything. You're playing safety this day, you're playing corner, star. He doesn't complain. So that being selfless like that, that's part of who we are, team first. Joe talks about that. We talk about it in the defensive room. I mean, again, it's just, that's because of him, his personality and his skill set. That's why we're able to do that.
Last one. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Quincy Roche, what do you see in him?
I mean, I'll tell you this. I've never met him before. I've seen him on tape, and our coaches saw. I mean, he almost broke my hand when he shook my hand. I said, hey, that's good,
First impression.
So I don't know. Maybe I'm weak, but hey, I've been working out, so I don't know. He definitely almost broke my hand, so that was a good thing. He looks big. He looks physical because he almost broke my hand, so I'll take that, and then hopefully everything comes into play on the football field. So, but like the tape, and glad to have him here. And our personnel department, they do a great job, looking over the waiver wire, figuring out guys that can help us, and I'm looking forward to working with them.